The things that we have going for us as a jurisdiction are things that people know us for, right? So they do know, all joking aside, we do have the competitive advantage of our geography and of the fact that this is a beautiful place to live and work. We also have the very hard advantage of a time zone that gives us access, as Miklos says, when I said, you know, you're the world lead for fintech and banking. Why are you based in Vancouver? We don't exactly have a lot of, outside of Vancity, financial institutions based here. Certainly not very many international ones. And he said, it's the time zone, right? It's much better than London. So from an investment point of view, connections to Asia as well as connections to the US from a time zone point of view work well. But what are some of the other things that we know about, but that the investment community would know less about? Well, certainly we have some world-class post-secondary institutions. UBC is well known, but increasingly the work that SFU and BCIT are doing to not only develop the kind of talent and expertise that will be needed in the tech sector, but very boldly partnering with industry around how to get those partnerships working better, stronger, faster. We know that young people want to do things that matter with their lives, but we need them to go back into some of those traditional areas in a way that can make a sustainable difference. We also have a very large professional services sector. You know, we are the providers of engineering and accounting and strategic advice to most of the world's major companies. When you think about tech innovation, it has a lot to do with that particular space, particularly as it relates to the natural resource sector. And so I'm always amazed to find that many of our companies quietly working here, developing sustainable water treatment technologies, technologies around energy sequestering and so forth, are actually selling their services internationally. So we've got a lot of the connections that would give investors confidence. What we haven't done a great job of is to tell our story about what is working here. And we also haven't done a particularly good job of taking our domestically based industries that we're well known for, our natural resource industries, and that historically have been our competitive advantage, and partnering them with those innovative companies, many of whom are doing work internationally, back into the sort of domestic business value chain. So if I were speaking to an investor, I would talk to them about all of those things and say, quite frankly, you can invest in some of the more mature, well-known tech markets, Silicon Valley, Denver being the most obvious ones. But in terms of upside, I truly believe that we have the ingredients here because of our historic advantages. We're blessed with natural resources. We're blessed with a time zone. Because of our emerging but not yet well-known competitive advantages around our talent, around our cultural connections, around some of the mature companies that are going to continue to support innovation and the creation of smaller companies, there's a lot of upside here. And if they want to be part of the growth of an economy and an industry that's focused on the third thing that we're really well known for, which is being fairly caring about the environment and what goes on around us, those three things really come together to make this a great place to invest. And if we do it right, we can take what has been our competitive advantage, which has been our natural resources, which recently some have seen as our competitive disadvantage, and use technology and innovation to make it our competitive advantage again, and start to sell those environmental services and those sustainable technologies that are going to help Steve to really transform the industries that he's in, forestry, others, building, construction, to be ones that are sustainable. Okay?
Thank you.